All right, well, we're live. What's
Well,
going
hello,
on?
sir. Nothing. I am. I am a little overwhelmed today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got home and there's a package sitting on my front porch, and my wife says, very accusingly, by the way, "What did you order from Home Depot?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
of the two or three things that I have ordered in my life, none of them been from home. Well, one of them been from Home Depot, but it was not shipped to the house.
Right.
And she's like, "Well, what's this?" Thank you, Kansas. And Joshua Wilson
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
very kindly,
It's a good dude right there.
that is, and I didn't ask for. I'm kind of taken aback that he would send that, and I'm very appreciative. And then just a little bit ago, actually just a few minutes ago, Rodney Widger called me to
Yeah, I
let
heard
me
that.
know
That was cool too.
that he had me in his thoughts and prayers. And I was like, oh my God. Just the overwhelming gratitude that I have for the people in this community. I cannot state um, with any semblance of words to let you guys know how appreciative I am of those little things. Well, in the case of the installation driver, the big things. I'm just thank you. That's all I've got. That's all I can say. Thank you,
Yeah, that's awesome.
y'all. I figure since he put me as the sheriff on his little thumbnail, I'll be the sheriff tonight
Let's see if I can
and
bring that
dress the
up.
part. What's
Let's
up,
see if I can.
Carlos? Joshua Wilson. Glad you got it before your surgery, sir. We are pulling for you. So glad to see Tactics doing well as well. Yeah.
Man, I thought I was going to be doing jumping jacks by now, but that was not the case. Oh man, I'm sore.
Yeah.
I'm sore. I wanted to get off the muscle relaxers, wanted to get off the pain medication, and they cut into my abs. So any slight something that makes me tense up makes me like twitch or shudder or whatever. It's not been fun.
I can imagine that being a problem, and I because I know exactly how it goes, and I want to say hi to Renegades Garage. Renegades Garage, by the way, just hit 5,000 subscribers here
Yeah,
on YouTube.
congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, huge congratulations, well deserved honor. I'm glad people are finding you. Um, yeah, and I wish you nothing but continued success. Too Loud SS, Carlos De La Torre. Walmart is cracking down on the self checkout with better AI.
Well,
So,
speaking of the getting noticed in the tool community and all that, man, I'm getting noticed out here in the real world. Somebody snapped a picture of me, caught me in HD.
was it the police?
No, it was right here.
Oh,
See
we
if we can
can't
bring
see
it
it.
up. Oh, hang on. See if we can bring it up. If we can't, then I'll have to share my screen. You can't see that. Dang it. Hang on. Camera's only so good.
Hammer drill. What's up, Jack? That's pretty good. That's accurate as well.
Yeah.
There is another little thing that I picked up for myself today. Well, first of all, I didn't know that Josh was sending me that installation driver. So I went, because I got the surgery. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna, whatever tomorrow, I want to have something to celebrate today. So I
Yeah.
went out and I did a thing.
Hey, you should know they got a picture of you too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
is it somebody taking a crap on your lawn?
Oh, they caught you vacuuming it.
Oh, okay. Paul W said when he said someone spotted him in a store, I was sure it was going to be in the return line. But take a look. I got the DCD 998 with the 887.
That's my favorite drill, dude. That's my favorite one.
Mm. Well,
I
we're
bought
gonna.
that. I bought that back before you had to wait in line
Yeah,
for your tools.
and that's actually how the subject came up tonight because I was like, I was waiting in this. I actually waited in the store longer to get this than I like waiting for, than I needed to be. I went in. I knew exactly what I was going to buy. I knew what I wanted to get. Average person, hello.
What's
I
up?
knew exactly what I wanted to get and whatnot. And I was in that store for probably 30 minutes, 20, maybe 20, 30 minutes waiting. Yes, it is the 299 kit. Waiting for an associate to come. The dude literally, he's about 8 rows down, standing, just standing there looking around. He's trying his best not to make eye contact with people. And I'm kind of a big guy, so what was that the new impact? No, it's not the 845. CNFCWP, what's up? Your boy Ram, hi. So the guy glances at me, I wave, and it's a big like big wave. He can't deny that he saw me, and I go to
What?
him, and I'm like, I want that. I want that kit. And he and I'm like, it'd be so much easier if I could just take this to the register and pay for it. And he like, be so much easier if people weren't stealing.
Yeah.
And you and I were talking about this on my way home tonight, and I was like, well, this would be an interesting subject. We could all tell our stories about maybe having to wait or the changes that we're making in the way we buy things because thieves have made it so that Home Depot's got cages on their tools. They
Yeah.
spider wrap everything. They actually call them turtle alarms at Lowe's, the little green annoying
Yeah.
beepy thing. Uh, and uh, and they've now begun to take. I want to say it's probably threaded cable, and they're
Yep.
wrapping all the tools,
Yeah. They
even
tie them
in that.
all together, so all one tool is tied to 10 tools.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You did a short on it.
I just grabbed them all. I took all 5 of them up to the register.
I want this one. So the kit that they had out that you could get was actually attached to one of their wooden displays, the DeWalt displays that has 12-volt tools on it, not even the 20-volt. And I'm like, okay, well, I
Right.
want that. So it's not even the right product up there, which one that tells me they don't know what products they've got, and two, anybody that comes in, because I know we're all tool guys. The vast majority of people aren't.
Yeah.
They're going to see that display. They're going to think what's under that display is what that display is. So
Yeah.
they're
That's
not going
true.
to know it's an 18 or a 12-volt tool or a 20-volt tool. They don't care either.
Is it true the power tool soda supply houses are better built?
No, they're
No.
the exact same tools.
No, it's not like Magnolia Theater. Magnolia Theater at Best Buy. This was the case. I don't know if this still is, but they used to actually have superior products in the Magnolia Theater
Yeah.
versus different Sony, head units and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm not really into that. We've got Jack says the Home Depot near him, they even had the laundry detergent behind a cage. So I've got 4 Home Depots that I pass on my way to and from work. All of them now have all of the wire in their entire electric area behind cages with plexiglass over the cages so you can't reach in through the bars
Oh
and
man, that's crazy. Uh,
they even have the little eco or the Google
Camera
dot
thing, right?
thing, like the eco dot smart home thing garbage, whatever it is, behind a cage.
Yeah.
Why
To
is it
what?
Ryobi in cages? Nobody steals Ryobi.
Yeah.
They don't. As a matter of fact, the only major tool brand in my area that's not, there are two that are not behind
Carrying
cages:
sealant detergent. Yeah.
Ryobi and Makita. Neither one of them are behind cages. Everything else is caged.
Well, Brandon there saying it's impossible to get help, and when you do, it's an act of God because they want to run to the register. I'm like, hold on, dude, I want to get some more things. Yeah, exactly. Whenever I was getting I was getting those impacts, and I was getting the drill kit, and I got that recip saw for like $40 each. The guy was like, "Hey, I've got more recips, but they're in the back where they should be. None of this stuff's supposed to be in this area. They're supposed to be in the back in the discount area. But you need to run up here to the front with me."
Yeah.
So I couldn't keep shopping. I had to get those three things and then go back if I wanted to, and it's unfortunate because I wasn't done shopping. I would have bought more stuff.
Right. I tell them to take everything to the pro desk. Like when I'm in one of those stores or online, just take it to the pro desk. I'll come along and get it whenever. Now, I don't go to Best Buy maybe once every few years. And I've gotten my once every few years in, and within the last year, just I think buying the headset and my laptop. That's it.
Yeah.
So I don't go to those stores, but I'll be honest with you. I wanted to get this kit on Saturday. I was in the store. I waved 3 different Lowe's associates down, and I hate Lowe's. I don't like going there. But for this kit, $2.99, I'm like, oh hell yeah, let's get it. Saturday, I'm standing there, wave 3 people down. The one guy, that did not totally ignore me, says, "It's not my department. I'll be right back with somebody that can help." I waited another 20 minutes and no one. It was horrible. And I was like, well, I'm leaving. And I go to a different Lowe's today to get it. It's just ridiculous. I literally had the tool department guy running around Lowe's with me yesterday from tools to electric. He took the cart to the pro desk and I went and picked what I needed. As a trooper, that's awesome that they did that for you. The dudes at mine, just they obviously just don't give a shit.
Yeah. Josh says, I want to get that kit and immediately sell the 887. Anyone interested? I think the 887, that's not even as good as the 840, which I just blew up.
No, it's not as good as the 840. It's not as good as the 850, and it's not as good as the 845. But I wanted the 8 amp hour battery. I wanted the 998 because I want to torque test it here and really to do a comparison. And also figure that I'm going to get some Milwaukee guys mad at me if I do some tests and show it beating Milwaukee. And they're going to all have a mental breakdown and be like, you're using this or you're doing this wrong. Even though I like the Milwaukee more. But you make a video when it's you're paid by the other person or the other side, whichever one came out first.
Do you like the Milwaukee more than the 999?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2904. Not the 2804, the more powerful one. I like the 2904. It's got the perfect weight and balance for me.
The grip on it's better, and I do like that the controls for it are independent versus the 2804 has the hammer drill and everything on the same selector.
Yeah.
Flex is the true winner first gen, and it's amazing. That's a good point, man. Everyone sleeps on that point that this is Flex's first try, and out the gate they're making decent quality tools.
I would say more than decent. Not my department, aka I'm lazy. Brandon says that's why I order online. That's the thing. Have you guys begun? I know my wife has begun changing the way she shops. More dangerous for me because she likes to shop. Where she was going into the store to buy everything, now she's having stuff delivered. We get deliveries every day.
No.
And a lot of it is because like every store you go to, pretty much the higher end stuff that you want. It's all behind cages. You're having bad experiences with customer service while you're there, or with the associates, because they don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm a see it, feel it, touch it guy, so I prefer going into the store and getting the product. But you see less and less product, especially power tools, being put out on the shelf. Some of the true specialty items, they're not getting in the store, or they're only getting it in certain stores, and it has to be of a certain, like, the store has to do so much money, right? They had to sell so much in order to get the product.
Yeah.
And like I wanted to take a look at the Flex Volt compound miter saw before I got the rigid, because I want to see maybe I could go wireless or cordless.
Porch pirates are the least of your problems.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I live out there. It's how far away from people.
Yeah.
That's true. If you ever Google map it, actually the house that comes up on Google Maps is the wrong house, which I think is funny. But I think it's great. But yeah, it's way out there. But Flex had a ton of practice with Cobalt Skill and others. Yes, I love Flex stuff. Yep. Our issues with Gen 4
UPS FedEx
comfortable.
is here literally every day. Did you guys see that sale at Ohio Power Tools? 6 and a 3 for $9.99. That's pretty good.
No, I because I'm not actually an online shopper, so I don't pay, which is funny because I provide you guys with deals all the time. But am I wrong here? Are you finding yourself cruising online more for product?
Man, I'm more old school, so I prefer to go to the store, even if it is more convenient. I'll wait. I want to hold the tool. I want to physically buy it at the store. I also like to have a place to take it back to if the thing don't work.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is. Like this GoPro, I wouldn't dare buy a GoPro online. You need a store to take that back to. If it stops working within 4 or 5 days for no reason, or you don't want to get stuck with something that's questionable, you need a store to take it back to.
Well, and that brings me to another point. Because I do go to bin stores every once in a while. Bin stores are Amazon return stores.
Yeah.
So people buy product from Amazon, they use it, then they send it back and tell Amazon they didn't want it, so that Amazon gives them their money back. And then it goes to a store and you get it at a discount price. I've gotten several tools that way, to the point where I got a Ryobi combination belts belt sander and disc sander for $10. I got an electric jack and impact wrench for $10. And online they're like $180. So I get a very good discount on them. But the guys are buying new product. They're putting their old broken product in the box.
Oh man.
And then sending it back. So even online, there are thieves and people of very low moral fiber. I like searching for clearance, etc. I buy a lot more in the store than online. I
bought more online just to get it sooner, because I know the store is not going to have it, just because of all the supply things going on.
Yeah.
Than I've ever bought, but I still prefer going to the store. I did a video last year around this time that talked about Bluetooth technology. It was a one-time activation. So the tool is pretty much dormant. And once they scan it at the register and it activates, the tool is usable. And dude, I got called a liar, and there was so much kickback on that freaking video. It was unreal. And I think Lowe's is fixing to start to do the same thing here pretty soon. Starting to roll it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's first of all, it's a great idea. I like that they're taking steps to prevent folks from just outright theft. The problem is, no matter what you set up, somebody's going to figure out how to go around it within a day.
Well, why can't they deactivate it? Or is that there's something in there that's going to turn it off? So why wouldn't it just turn off later? one more thing to fail. It's like buying a sunroof for your car.
So I'm going to explain it to you this way. It's an old story. Some of you may be familiar with it. There are guys that every year or whatever, they come out with a new mousetrap.
Yeah.
And every year mice get away from those traps. And the guy's like, well, can't we build a mousetrap that's impossible for the mice to get through? And the supervisor at the company is like, how much time do you think you spend coming up with a new mousetrap? And he goes, oh, I think like 8, 10 hours, 40 hours, whatever it is.
Right.
And the supervisor goes, that mouse spends every minute of his life figuring out how to get away. So those thieves are no different. They don't want to go out. They don't want to get jobs. They don't want to be productive. They don't want to do things the right way. They spend every minute figuring out how to get around, how to game, how to be just horrible, horrible people. Spawn souls. They will hack it in store. Yeah, just skimmers at the on the gas. Yeah, I fortunately live out in the country where there's nobody, but even I will go and tug before I put my card in at the gas station. I will tug to see if that thing comes off. It's never happened, but I will tug on it, and it's pretty good to see if it comes off because I don't want people to steal my information.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, it's already set up to be deactivated. Ask the tech guys. You know what they say? Make something idiot proof and the world will makes a smarter idiot. Yeah.
I found a picture of you trying to deactivate your computer there with your multimeter.
No, I'd use a hammer.
Use a hammer.
Yeah. A habit to tug on the card readers. Now, yeah. We don't. He unplugged himself. We don't think of these
still here.
We don't think of these little changes that we have had to make over the course of time. In the 1980s, the 1990s, even the early part of the 2000s, going into a store and getting a tool was as simple as walking in, grabbing the tool off of the shelf, taking it, paying for it. Like you could carry it.
Yeah.
And then about 6-7 years ago, they started some of the higher end tools they would spider wrap. And then within the last 2 years, it's a spider wrap, it's a cage. And if you want a tool, an associate has to come. They have to pick it up for you out of the cage or off of the shelf or whatever, unwrap it, take it to the counter for you, hand it to an associate at the counter. And the associate puts it away from you so that they can scan it and you pay before they let you take what you're going to buy.
Yeah.
Stealing from a mom and pop shop versus a multi-million-dollar company. Matt, the only difference is
I don't think there's the difference.
Your moral value. If you believe that it's all right to steal from anyone,
period,
probably check your morals.
Yeah, I would say there's probably less damage done to your local community, but there's no difference in stealing.
Yeah, and Too Loud is right. Tools are going to be like PlayStation and Xbox games. You have to have internet to play majority of them. Marketing strategy. I never understood how those guys just take off out of the store. I get intimidated by the low staff and their guilt-stricken looks. I feel that one.
Yeah.
Just don't steal. Yeah. I mean, It's not real hard. It's not real hard. If you can't afford something, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, save your money, get a second job, do something worthwhile with your life so that you can afford this stuff. And look, I'm not saying that you're we have accepted, and hello on, we have accepted in our everyday lives little excuses. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Where we're saying, well, in this circumstance, it's okay.
Yeah, little justifications here and there.
No, no, it's not.
Right.
It's right or it's wrong. You know the difference. If you search your heart and your soul, you know the difference.
Yeah.
Don't steal. It's not fucking hard.
Right. TWS.
Acceptable. 100. Thank you. Too loud. This is something that got me fired up because in the last 2 times I went to Lowe's, I've spent almost an hour to try to get one tool. And the guy tonight, when he hands it to me, he goes like, well, we hope people don't steal. Or it'd be nice if people didn't steal. I think that's what he said. You were on the phone.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, no, dude, I get it. I'm not stealing it. That's why I flagged you down. And that's why I wanted it. I'm not gonna
Exactly.
steal.
Oh, I was talking to a guy actually whenever I was getting some of the Metabos, and he said, man, there's some guys you got to watch.
Yeah.
And, he's like, we got a select few that come around and they're going to be walking out of the store with something, and you got to follow them around the whole time they're in the store.
Yeah. I've been followed because I do videos in store, and it's not so bad. It's not as bad as it was, but because I'm doing videos or I'm taking pictures of different product while I'm in there or whatever, I will occasionally get followed by Lowe's employees. And they'll ask me like 80 times,
Can I help you?
Help with that? And I'll look at them and be like, I know more than you.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna bring my diagonal cutters in there with me. Make sure everyone can see them. Just hold them loud and proud, and just go walk towards the tool area.
Yeah,
and then I'll get service immediately. It'd be like, hey, I'm gonna go get this Milwaukee. You guys coming or not?
Ron Swanson. I have not bought anything off of Facebook Marketplace, but I can tell you that a lot of those have. I was actually thinking about doing a little video, like a comedy skit on it. I've been like the five finger discount, and I was going to be like, are you sick of waiting in line at a store? You can't find an associate to get you a tool. And then it'd be like, well, do what we do. Come to Bob's discount or 5 finger discount. And just take what you want. We won't even chase you out the store. You can tell where we are because we got a big sign out front that says Home Depot. Just because it is a problem, right?
No, I think I did figure it out though. Like just where I steal tools like right here and just walk in and be like the first guy you see, like, hey man, I'm looking at this Milwaukee. And just look down at your shirt and be like, someone help me get this. Because that day that I waited for, I can't remember what I was buying. It was a multi-tool. It was the DeWalt multi-tool. The one of the last DeWalts that I bought. I waited 20 minutes for somebody. I went and found somebody, and then I said, hey, is someone coming? They're like, oh yeah, no, someone's coming. And the live stream is starting in like 40 minutes. And I'm looking at my clock and I'm looking at nobody walking around. So finally, dude, I made a short real quick and I was like, I guess we got to grab them all.
Well, like for me, they wrap them to the display now.
Well, dude, at some point it's just infuriating. Like you've been waiting there for 30 minutes and you're like, okay, someone's supposed to be coming here. It's kind of like this is like a running joke with us inspectors and stuff, but you go to the door, right? You'll knock on the door and you'll be doing a fence inspection or a pool inspection or a plaster inspection or whatever you're doing. It's in the backyard and it's locked up. Okay. And a lot of people, they'll leave their gates unlocked. You just go straight back there. They expect you to go back there. You don't even have to knock half of the time. You bark to make sure there's not a dog coming. Remind me of that. I'm going to tell you a story about a funny story about that real quick. But either way, you just go back there and you do your inspection and then you're done. Well, every once in a while, you'll have somebody that's like paranoid and they lock their door and their gate and all this stuff. You'll knock on the door. They'll take 5 minutes to get up there. And they'll say, okay, I'll be around to open the gate. So cool. You walk around and you'll sit at the gate. And you'll sit at the gate. And you're like, all right, I'm not crazy, right? This person said they were coming to the gate. you know. So then you go back to the front door and you ring the doorbell, bing bong, you know, and they come to the. Hey, can I help you? The gate. Oh yeah, the gate. But sometimes, like, finally they'll come to the gate. Like, it's the worst, man. It's like that. Whenever you're waiting for someone to unlock your tool, you're like, okay, I know somebody's coming, right? It's like I'm not the crazy person.
Yeah.
We had this conversation, didn't we?
Yeah. It's
It's borderline gaslighting your ass, waiting for a tool to get unlocked.
I cannot tell you, and like the Lowe's, the main Lowe's that I go to, I mean, I can literally film an entire video in there without seeing another customer.
Yeah.
And just like tonight, thank you, Rodney. And just like tonight, you know, I'm pretty much the only one there.
BWs.
I did watch BW's. How you do? I did watch one of the Lowe's tool associates. A woman was asking for an oscillating tool. He took her to the craftsman section, and then she said, "I don't want to buy a battery," so he took her over to Cobalt. And I was like,
I told you help that lady. Did you help her?
I ended up I just touched him on the arm. I touched the associate on the arm and I go, oh. I pointed him in the direction. And he was like an older guy. And I was just like, well, maybe he went senile. But it is ridiculous.
It's pretty funny.
I mean, I don't know how much the folks at Northern Tool, I will say this. You talk to them, they know jack shit about tools.
Right.
Absolutely nothing. You can ask them any question you want about a tool. They won't know. But they know how to run the register. I will give them that.
Right.
The dudes at Lowe's, they know the name brands. They kind of know what tools they have, but not really. And if you can find somebody in Home Depot that even works the tool section, you hold on to them for dear life. Don't let them go.
This is like part of that redistribution of wealth. It's been in the works for a long time, where you can just certain things won't happen to certain people if you do certain things anymore. Because when my brother worked for Home Depot years ago, he was saying that you couldn't stop anybody, and this was 2012, 2011, something like that. He was like, all we can do is go out there and take a picture of the license plate.
Jesus.
You know, and it's like it's just part of that. It's kind of like the way the stock market is now. You got BlackRock buying up all the houses. It's all rigged. It's like only the moral people are going to abide by the law, and everyone else is cool to do whatever you want. And
yeah.
I'm
reading some of the stories that the guys are.
You got to be part of like you got to be part of the secret club.
Yeah. Too loud. He's like, watch some dude steal $2,000 worth of welding equipment. I personally watched somebody load two entire spools, big spools of wire onto a flat cart and take it right out the door past a Home Depot associate. And the Home Depot associate just looked at him, didn't say a word. But if you watch me go from the tool aisle to the clearance aisle and then back, because I'm figuring out where I'm going to record or what I'm going to record, I'll have them on me. Like they'll be, "What are you doing?" I'll be like, "Minding my own fucking business. What are you doing?" No, I don't really say that. I'm like, hey, but I'm reading the stories the guys are sharing in the chat, and I think
that's unfortunate. Old guy got killed trying to stop a thief. That's a good point.
Yeah, got pushed down or whatever. Joshua Wilson say he helped a fellow Sparky today find the nail plates. It's got to be because Home Depot, they do have some in the electrical aisle.
How much are nail plates now, man? I ask contractors for nail plates now. It's like you want to I don't know what, do something extreme. They're like, "Oh, why are you asking for nail plates, man?" It's like, we got to eat.
Yeah.
How much are nail plates now? They got to be getting up there.
No, Rodney, we are clipped. He doesn't like he wants the widescreen so he
Oh,
can get my full belly in there or something. I don't know what he's doing.
sorry.
There's an old guy that worked at Home Depot, got killed trying to stop a thief. So this is funny. I know the store manager of a Home Depot here locally, who they have her on video. There was a guy holding them up at knife point, or at gunpoint rather, not knife point, gunpoint. And she went over to confront him with a broom. and like she grabbed the dude's shoulder or whatever, and he spinned her around, knocked her on the ground. And she's all of 5 feet tall, guys. She's a little woman. Spun her around, knocked her on the ground, walked out.
Wow.
He ended up, I want to say he got like $8,000 in merch, and they never caught him, even though they had his face and description and his car on camera.
Yeah.
But Home Depot shows that video to folks
training.
for what not to do.
Yeah.
They're like, just let them walk.
Let me.
Well, I mean, I've never been through the Home Depot training, but I've been told by people at that store that's what they do. I think it's funny.
I'm gonna see if I can do this right. If I can't do it and it's a fail, then I'm just gonna give up because everything's been going pretty smooth.
How do you all know when an online store is credible? Carlos, I buy from stores that I know are credible. If it's homedepot.com, if it's Lowe's, Ohio Power Tool is reputable, CPO is reputable, Direct Tools Factory Outlet. If I know the name, if I know the store, I'm more apt to buy from them. That's it.
Hang on a second. I think I figured it out. Yeah. Amazing.
One is like,
Can we see it?
yeah.
Welcome back to the channel. We're going to make snow ice cream. All right, we're in Texas, so we got to find some snow. Oh. All right, first tip, get some snow. All right, of course, we've got some leaves for texture. Now for the ingredients. Mix it. Sugar. Vanilla. Sugar. Vanilla. Heavy whipping cream. Mixing. Ice cream. 8 to 10 cups of snow. Half a cup of whipping cream. Half a cup of sugar.
Do you ever wonder what the hell we just watched?
Mix with a spoon. Thanks for watching. That's an oldie but goodie.
Ricky, how is the cold treating us? Well, it's fine.
That's how the cold treated us last year. That was a year ago we did that, but that was like one of my first couple of videos of shorts, man. We were figuring that out and figuring out how to cut them and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was funny. So I saw your boy Ram and Joshua. They were sharing their stories about how they help people, and your boy Ram's like, sometimes I have to translate for people at Home Depot because last time a dude spoke Spanish, and the old lady has no idea what the deal he was trying to get. Lady was trying to give him a 2-0 instead of a 6-0. Oh yeah. So here's how bad it is around me. The store associates of the Home Depots that I go to frequently, if they see me in the store and a customer has like questions about a tool, they'll come get me. The Milwaukee, the TTI reps ask me questions about their tools because they know I'm going to have the information, but they're not given the information by TTI.
Yeah.
They're just out there, Milwaukee's the best. And I'm like, listen, let me help you out here. Here's what makes your product stand out. This is the things you want to tell somebody. I try to help them out as well.
Yeah, that's good.
I saw eggs are close to $9. Not around here.
Mine, I bought 12 for $4.50. Oh, dude, I was hurting at Walmart too, man. I was hurting at Walmart.
Where are you at?
Yeah, dude, I thought I was gonna be so much better. I thought I was
Baby,
gonna
don't
be
lie.
back to work already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been rough. All right, dog story. So I should get to this house, right?
Oh, Panther.
And the house
Mm-hmm.
house is on a corner lot, if you will. And the house is like here. This is where the front door is. There's a yard over here, and there's a yard over here. And I'm doing a pool inspection. So usually for a pool inspection, I know it's a fiberglass pool. I'm expecting there already be water in it. And typically the gates are unlocked and you just go back there. So I go around, knock on the door. Of course, nobody answers. Go onto the side of the gate, and I see a concrete block at the foot of the gate. And you can see where it's like being dug at, you know. So I was like, oh, okay, probably a dog here. So I'm slamming the gate, wham, you know, because it's self latches, self shut, self close, all that stuff for pool. So open it up, let it slam as loud as it can. Nothing. So I'm like kind of knocking on the gate as hard as I can. Nothing. So I'm like, you know, and no dog's coming, you know. So, okay, cool, no dog. Now I'm in like this shotgun of a house is here, fence is here, and then it opens up into yard. So I'm like 30 feet in this straight alley to where our yard opens up. As I'm coming around the corner and this yard is opening up, I see a chain link fence that's about 6 foot tall, and it separates this big yard and makes it into 2 yards. Well, the first thing I notice is that the gate is open that separates the 2 yards. So we have the chain link fence with the gate open. So I'm already making a plan in my head. I'm like, okay, I see the gate. If I see a dog, I'm going to run for the gate. And I've already calculated all this. I don't know what this dog was, but he's literally looking, he's just waiting for me to turn around the corner. He's looking like this. He's like, you know, and he's literally hunched over like this, laughing to himself, waiting for me to come around the corner.
Muttley?
Dude, probably kind of. This dog looked like he was bigger than my Labradoodle. I don't know what it was, but dude, it was on. We were on a race for the gate, okay? And he's headed for the gate, and I'm headed for the gate. And I freaking reach for that gate, and I pull it towards me, and that thing, it latches like this, you know? You know how a gate does? And not too far, not too little, just the perfect amount. As soon as I grabbed that gate and I pulled it towards me, it went click, and it locked by itself, and I stood back. And it was like, "Rrr!" Dude, I was so mad I almost didn't do that inspection. I still went around to the other yard, and then I noticed that there was an actual driveway that was directly behind the house. So they actually had 2 yards that were separated by a driveway. And long story short, don't go on that portion of the house. Go in the other yard. But there's my dog story.
All right. I'm pulling for the dog myself.
He almost got it.
I was pulling for him. Here's a question for you guys. You all talk about how bad the TTI rep is. I saw several comments about how bad a TTI rep. Who's your DeWalt rep?
Never met a DeWalt rep.
Think about it. Think about it. You ever seen a DeWalt truck outside? I saw one the other day, by the way.
In Fort Worth, they got a DeWalt store.
Yeah.
That's my DeWalt rep.
Every time you go to the Home Depot store, put a piece of duct tape on your shirt and write TTI rep on it.
I'll just walk out.
So it's kind of funny because one of my TTI reps, I've got 4 in the area, but one of my TTI reps got a promotion because he knew so much about his product and it impressed his boss. And he's like, well, all I do is tell him what you say.
Yeah. I was like, isn't that the guy that you taught him everything you knew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stood with him for over an hour one day going through all of his tools. And I was like, here's what your box states, like as far as RPMs or what. And I'm like, and it might do that, but here's what it really does in real world. I spent time going through all of his tools with him. And I've done that with 2 other reps, and just teaching them about their tools.
Yeah.
And then I go, and here's why I think rigid is the best value. And I actually take the time to teach them about the value of a tool, and why you can say that, not that they're better or anything, but why they've got a higher value. We've got a one of the stores, actually the store with the rep that got promoted, is becoming a what do they call it, like a rigid central store, where they're going to have rigid product in store that other stores will not have. And it's because their sales in rigid doubled within a year of me talking to the guy.
Yeah, I think I found your TTI rep right here.
Well, he would. Wow. Do they not train? No. So what TTI has been doing, and I met a DeWalt rep, period. I've never met a DeWalt, Ricky. I think that's what you meant. You never met a DeWalt rep. I talked to the Makita rep once, and he got fired. Well, Joshua, I don't know what you told him, but it was probably the truth. They sell more if they knew stuff. So they depend on the contractors coming in and teaching them. TTI gives them all kinds of free product, and they're supposed to go home and test it, use it, really see what's going on with the tool. But most of them just put it in their garage or in a storage building or whatever, and they never touch the product. And then they'll give it away to folks or whatever. And it's just like,
thank you, Shaka. Very generous. Thank you.
So
Ryobi tools are trash.
Ryobi tools are trash. So the reason TTI has reps and DeWalt doesn't, Stanley Black & Decker fired all their reps. 1,000 reps got fired last year.
Oh, wow.
Not that you ever saw them in stores before that either, but they don't have reps anymore.
The one time, Josh Wilson says one time he shot crap with a TTI rep, he get a 5.0 battery. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I've only seen my Flex rep once.
Ricky Perkins, I can add to that because all of my Flex reps know their stuff. The Flex rep that I met at my Lowe's, that ultimately he's not the one that directly hooked me up because he ended up getting promoted. Then he found somebody else that hooked me up with stuff. He knew his stuff. We talked for about an hour about all the different stuff before the Stack Lithium made it to the market, or it was already announced, but it wasn't out yet, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, he knew his stuff. He knew about all the expansion. He knew about the percentage that it could expand to, how they were wrapped, the different the ratios of where it drops off versus stack versus standard 18650s versus 217s, and what the percentage is, and he could run a tool.
Yeah. Well, that's good. My Flex rep has only been in store Black Friday. That's the only time I've seen him in the store. And I bought, I want to say I bought close to a GN product from him that day.
He gave you something though, didn't he?
He gave me a 10 amp battery and a rapid charger.
Yeah, that's like $500.
I'm very appreciative.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But he was a good dude. I can tell. I've got his card. Been meaning to call him for like the last 2 months, but I haven't. Because I don't get tools for free. Every tool, or with very rare exception, every tool that I've gotten or had on the channel is something I paid for. And the Milwaukee installation driver will be the second tool I've had on my channel that I didn't personally pay for.
I'm
The
gonna
first
do
one was a trim router that Joshua Wilson also sent me. So 2 tools.
I'm gonna do a
ones. They
I'm
don't
gonna do
really count because they're not
I'm gonna do a
tools.
quick shameless plug on these guys. These guys reached out to me. I was hoping to have this before we opened up the Game Boy. Now we all watched the 3-hour live stream of opening this Game Boy. Wait until you see the video that comes out tomorrow, because this thing here, it's actually embarrassing how fast this thing is. It's hilarious how fast.
Well, compared to you,
oh, dude,
the hour hand on a clock is fast.
So bad. It's so bad. This thing, I could unscrew a screw right now. Like,
took you 20 minutes to get one screw out of a Game Boy the other day. It was bad. TTR reps are some of the nicest tool folks, but not tool guys at all. That's true.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice set. Video's coming up very soon.
Is that the Amazon driver?
This is the Amazon driver, but it has the it has the Y-shaped tips.
Yeah, the security ones,
which work for a Nintendo. And if you guys watched last week, me just get destroyed by unscrewing a freaking screw. I mean, look, the screw's already out. And you can you can magnetize the bit like that, and we should be able to pull this screw out. Right here.
Does the Game Boy? Yes, the Game Boy still works.
See, the screw is out.
Sure.
Right there. You can see it's out.
All right. Yeah.
Watch me put it back in. You're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe.
They want to know if you had that.
Done.
They want to know if you had that when you were fixing the Game Boy last week.
No, dude. I was waiting for this. So the guy reached out to me. Oh, dude, it took so long to fix that thing. Yeah, I just installed that thing that fast. Actually, I took it apart again for the video, and it's actually a pretty decent video. But
I'm just saying they might not be too keen on watching you take a Game Boy apart again. He didn't have it a day late and $1 short.
Yeah,
story of his life. I'm just saying. Fellas, I'm out. Got an early morning tomorrow. Good night, Ricky. You have a good one. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So, back to the subject at hand. I asked a question I didn't see very many people answer. Have you started to see your buying habits change because of the way stores are having to deal with thieves?
Yeah. Yeah, not in a good way. For example, I wanted to keep shopping. I wanted to buy more crap. Yeah, might have a few screws missing too.
Yeah. I mean, he lost his marbles, and I'm not talking about the sanity ones either. The 2 little ones.
What did you ask me? They give me a discount for? It caught me off guard today. You said they give you a discount for doing
showing
something.
Them you had no gag reflex. All right, so Juan wants me to repeat the question. So the question is, have you guys noticed or are you becoming aware of how your buying habits have begun to change as a result of the way stores are having to deal with thieves? And by the way, Home Depot in 2020 lost so much to theft, it was greater than the value of the entire Wendy's franchise.
Is that true, really?
The restaurant, yeah.
That's insane.
They lost over $2 billion to theft.
That's got to be like before it got to the store, though, too, right?
Yeah. So look at Josh. He says, yes, absolutely. I dread going into the store and make my assistant call for help. He usually gets it within 15 to 20 minutes. That's good. I don't know if the cages prevent thieves. Will we get lower prices? Probably not. Well, they've got to pay for the extra additional security, right? Or more online. If I need it immediately, I'll make the trip to the store. But even if you ship it to store, it's hard to get it out the door. That's true. Wow. Of course, you won't get lower prices. Did you guys send your gas refund check back now that gas prices went down? I didn't get a retail check. I wish I did.
Yeah.
By theft, do we mean the a Home Depot hack? We can. I mean, that's certainly part of it. I don't know that it's theft. I question some of the, because I'm not a hack guy. I've never done a hack. I've been tempted, but I've never done it. Some of those deals are just absolutely insane when you do it, but I've never done it.
But that's good. You're in California, Joshua Wilson. You got seen 4 different Home Depots with armed guards.
Wow. Lowe's employees.
What are they gonna do? Shoot you?
Look at this, JB. Lowe's employees looked me up and down after I asked to buy some DeWalt batteries. Totally was being judged and profiled just for asking. Yeah,
dude, I'd have so much fun with that. Like I said, dude, I'm just gonna wear I Steel Tools on my shirt, walk in with a pair of dikes, diagonal cutters, and be like,
I'll walk in with a pair of dikes as long as they're hot.
Right. And just like, hey, we guys keep the Milwaukee.
Nothing better than a nice pair of diagonal cutters. Jack Lacaze, Robert, absolutely. Sometimes I decide to hell with it. I don't want to go through the song and dance. I think that's happening to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I've seen 4 different Home Depots in my area that have armed guards. Not armed guards. Buying, I don't do much in store. I may sound traumatized, but where I'm from, this was way too common just because I'm a young guy. I don't buy too much in store. Almost 2 decades ago. Shaka Gillis, I can understand the reason behind them unlocking the stuff and walking it to the register. However, I'm turned off enough by it to avoid purchasing it in store if possible and just buying from a different online retailer. So you're moving it online. That's kind of the point. I've been hacking hacks before they were called hacks. Be right back. Paul W. Some thieves are checking when the tools arrive just to steal it before it goes to the cages. That's ridiculous.
So the Best Buy started doing this recently, where they have started moving in the walls. I was doing some inspections on quite a few in this area, and they bring the walls in and they turn that area that used to be for products and displays and stuff into almost like a warehouse, and they got conveyors back there now, and they built a giant security room with the diamond mesh in the walls, and that's where they keep all the phones and stuff. And now you can get anything at the store, it's just not out. So you look online, you figure out what you want. They have 6 or 7 of the most popular or whatever based on the demographic of the location of what people are asking for in that location, and then the rest is still available in the store, but it's not on the shelf. And they've got just as much storage space that's in the back that the average person can't walk to as they do in the front. Has your Best Buy been doing that?
I don't know. I haven't gone to Best Buy since I bought the laptop in, what was it, April or March?
Yeah, because they pushed in all their walls. They made a little square out of a giant, rectangle store. Pushed the walls in like 50 feet.
Makes sense. Yeah. So Kansas said, I bought my miter saw with stand shipped to the store at Home Depot, already paid when I ordered, and they had to see my license order number, and I had to show them the complete order on my phone. Well, that's good. That's actually good. I mean, it's an inconvenience, but it's good that they did that.
My license order number showing the complete order. Yeah, that is good. I agree with that. I would want someone to do that. I wouldn't want somebody just rolling up and grabbing my stuff, I suppose.
Panther, I'm with you. As a matter of fact, if too many of them come up and too many of the employees come up and ask me if they can help me, I just leave the store. Because I'm like, I'm not stealing anything. And I mean, now it's not so bad because they do know that I do the social media thing, and like I'll look at them and I go, do you guys have any idea how many eyes I bring to your store every month? like how many people tune in to see the deals that I find here or see the products that I'm using here. I get
Yeah.
millions of views every month. And now, like some of the store managers or whatnot, they know me. They know who I am. And they like to just kind of let me go and do my thing. So it's pretty awesome. Bart Foster. Hello, Bart. I usually buy online just because it's cheaper. Rarely are the box stores the best deal, anyways. It's true. However, I mean, there are occasions where, like, if you're just buying everything from Amazon, you're not paying the least. I can tell you
Right.
that now.
Right.
Yes.
For a while, the Gen 3 Milwaukee was like $80, and the Gen 4 was like 170 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you could still buy them both. If you bought it online, you would be paying full retail. So there are deals and stuff. You look like Ron Swanson. I'm just the employee. I know more than you.
I do. I like, I'll joke with him and be like, no, I know more than you. But no, who's Garth?
Garth Brooks.
Brooks.
Garth Brooks.
I don't know who that is.
Country singer.
No.
You got the hat. You just need some rhinestones.
No, I've got testicles. I'm free. Rhinestone free since I got testes. Haven't had any since birth there, fellas. Sorry.
So when are you going in tomorrow?
They actually called me in early. So surgery is scheduled from 8 to 4.
Okay. Well, do what I did.
Guys, I will be fine.
Do what I did. As soon as you wake up, just order Jell-O and pudding, and then they'll kick you out.
As soon as I wake up, I'm gonna order my wife to give me a BJ.
That also sounds probably good.
And I'll be rejected, and I'll know it's time to go home. Because if she says yes, I know I'm dead.
I literally asked the nurse lady, like, after I came out. So I wake up and she's like, hey, take some deep breaths, because the machine's going off. I can't breathe. And she says, take some deep breaths. And so I take some deep breaths, machine goes off. And I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting there with my eyes closed. Like, I couldn't open my eyes, and recovering. And I'm like, I think I'm hungry. Let's get some Jell-O. And she's like, well, what kind of Jell-O? I'm like, well, what do you have? So she brings all the different Jell-O. And then she's like, do you want anything else? I was like, you got any pudding? So before my wife even got there to see me, I had already had 3 different types of Jell-O, a vanilla pudding. I was reading the fat content too. I was like, I can't eat this chocolate one, so we're going to eat this vanilla one. And I already had some cranberry juices. And then next thing I know, they're like, well, we're going to discharge you. And it was part of my plan, like, just to order food so I could get out of there sooner. But I wasn't really ready to go. I was like, you're kicking me out already. Like, I'm not ready to leave yet. I wasn't, still hurting. Groggy.
So, I don't, how do you not know who Garth Brooks is?
Alzheimer's.
Is there a reason I should know who Garth Brooks is?
Just blame it on the Alzheimer's.
I can say you said it was a singer. I haven't listened to music in 30 years.
I literally did ask when we could get it on. Like, what's the soonest time we can get it on? And she looked at me and she's like, I've never heard anyone ask me that. And I was like, why? That's the most important question.
So JB said, what's your guys' thought on electric framing nailers, in particular? I don't like saying particularly.
Milwaukee, Metabo, or DeWalt. And
so Milwaukee.
I'll
say that. I've seen Milwaukee against DeWalt. Milwaukee wins. Metabo, I love Metabo.
Metabo makes a good nailer. They do. My buddy has the Milwaukee. I think the DeWalt has a longer ramp up, doesn't it?
It does, and it doesn't sink as fast. It does it does have the tendency when you're going rapid to leave proud. So the
Metabo's got a
Milwaukee is smooth, man. It's just smooth.
Metabo's got a really good warranty though, right?
Metabo has a lifetime warranty for as long as they make that particular tool.
Oh, is that how they get away from that?
Yeah. JB, I don't know what he was. I go through Rakuten, etc. You know what? Suburban Beard mentions Rakuten a lot. I've never even looked at Rakuten.
I don't know anything about Rakuten. Yeah, I don't know.
Garth Brooks is the top selling country singer of all time. Okay. I mean, I couldn't pick him out of the lineup. I understand he wears a black hat now.
Is rigid 18 volt brushless half-inch high torque wrench model R86212KN a good one to buy?
Angel, yes. Is it the most powerful on the market? No. Will it get the job done? Yes. Yes, it will.
Is that the one that you have?
I have the high torque. So I've got the Gen 5X mid torque. I've got the subcompact impact, and I have the rigid high torque. And I almost bought the new rigid high torque. I actually had one of the subscribers send the new one to me to test, and I sent it back because that's what I do. When people want it back, I send it back to them. But Angel, yes, the rigid, absolutely. Their impact wrenches are right up there with anybody. The DeWalt, the new DeWalt 900 is the only 18 or 24 volt model that can beat the rigid high torque.
Nice. Well, we got some HVAC issues. So I got to show my wife how to open up this air conditioner so we can take it apart. We got to get in the attic. So we got to bounce.
Okay.
But
he married Trisha year. Who? Whose
no
video?
joke. Look at Hercules. Souls will disagree, but they just revised 3 impacts and fairly cheap and tough as nails. This is coming from a Milwaukee guy.
Dude, I have no brand loyalty. If Hercules works for you, use Hercules.
I'll add one more thing to that.
If you use Makita, though, first of all, you should ask for your man card back, get rid of it, and buy real tools.
Rodney says, do you know that Amazon's different prices on items depending if you're a Prime member or not? Yep. Not only that, but also there's something called cookies. And if you don't know what cookies are, it's pretty much bits of information that follow you from website to website. And if you save your cookies and you jump from this website to another website, it will remember the last price that you saw and possibly show you the same price when there is in fact a sale on that next website, because they know that you just saw that same product. Let's say you're buying a Milwaukee hammer drill and it's $100, and then the site that you're about to go to has it for $89. It knows that the last site that you were on, you saw it for $100. When you go to that next website, you're not going to get that sale.
Bart, I can't send you Makita tools. Friends don't let friends buy Makitas, and straight guys never give another dude Makita. And Paul, I actually went looking for the brand new brushless Hercules Impact today. That's not in my stores.
It's
or else I would have had it.
It's going to be something that has to do with the switch on the what do you call that, the UV light. So the UV light is out, and try to do something about that. So anyway,
if only you knew an electrician that could, like, I don't know, run wire to put another UV light up there.
If only there was one in this house that didn't have 4 holes across his abdomen about that long.
You know, at some point, the belly aching and the excuses have to stop, and you just got to suck it up, Buttercup.
I did, man. I was walking around Walmart today, and it was.
I mean, you let the wife use the strap on. I mean,
hey,
no,
you
that's what
said
I meant.
you said you wouldn't tell.